Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama. Today I am bringing you yet another winning with ease, and this I am actually going to be taking from a Masters game because I want to show you guys a Masters League, ladder game. That's what I was trying to say, from a ladder game. Because I want to show you guys something that somebody had kind of requested, something I've been playing around with, and that is opening up 3 hatch before pool. Some Koreans had been doing it from what I'd seen. DRG did it, Hyun did it, NST had done it. So I was really kind of interested in stuff. I was like, oh wow, this is kind of a cool build that I kind of want to play around with. And of course everybody's like, oh, you should do it when they go CC first, otherwise it's instant lose. But I actually haven't been having that effect at all. I haven't had that issue whatsoever. In fact, I've yet to really lose anything in the whole early game when I do this opening. If I lose, it's later on just because of something else that happened, you know. So generally I've been pretty good in the opening here, but actually this game I'm going to be playing against Bren, who I had just played him the game before, actually. I do send out a scout a little earlier in this matchup just because I like to scout across for Antigua's watchtower right here in the middle to see if he goes for an 11-11. Just going to say that. But yeah, so he actually, in the last game, I believe, went for CC first. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go 3 hatch this game, just to kind of mess around. And in this game, he kind of decides to change it up, and he actually goes for a 2 racks on me. So he doesn't do an 11-11, but he does go for a 2 racks and kind of hides it. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of show how to deal with the 2 racks. I guess I haven't said that yet. He hasn't even scouted it, so this isn't even a reaction. This is him, how to deal with a 2 racks as a zerg. So here I'm like, alright, he's going 1 racks FE. That's totally fine, that's what I think. And he actually hides the racks in here, you know, smart man. So you should scout in the smoke if you are playing against a Terran. But yeah, so I just scout the 1 racks and I'm like, okay, it's probably 1 racks FE. And so I go ahead and I'm like, I'm just going to do my 3 racks opener, or 3 hatch opener, and get into it. And really quickly, while we kind of wait for that, I'm going to go ahead and do the new subscriber shout out. So Snatch 100, Quadrant 117, RFL MAOZ, SARS Pirate, OMFG Excel, A Boss Person, Tanner Trotter, Yalvov, Eradicator 86, Ajizi, Yahani Krillik, Parapsych 8, Leo Coco 666, and Platinum GMS. So thank you guys for subscribing. And yep, back into it. Here is the 3rd hatch. I accidentally grabbed an Overlord, I believe, before that, so don't do that. Slightly had a, you know, a strange order right there. But yeah, so I go ahead and set up this Overlord right here, and I'm going to set it up to look for this gas here pretty soon because I want to know, is he going to be going for maybe some fast Banshees off of this? If he grabs those really early gas soon, then maybe he's going Banshees, whatever it is. If not, could just be opening up. Also, if he grabs this, then of course, you know, he could be going for just the Reactor Hellions, whatever it is. So I'm like, okay, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Throw down my pool, just continue to drone up. Here I see an SCV moving forward. And I probably should have, no, okay. So yeah, so the SCV is just moving forward, and now I'm just kind of continuing to set up everything. I'm moving around for some vision right here. And my 3rd base is continuing to go up. So I don't even know if he scouted my 3rd base. No, he did not. But here he comes anyways. He's going to go ahead and go for an all-in 2 racks. And basically this is how you will be looking right now if he does go for the 2 racks all-in against you. So I just have my queen started. I still haven't made any lings or anything. I'm, you know, just getting my Overlord out. So, you know, I was a tiny bit supply blocked, I think, and whatever's happening, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, all of a sudden, oh, here come all of the drones right here. So I thought he had scouted my 3rd, and that's why I was doing this. So what do I do? Well, I'm going to delay. That's the first thing that you should do. He has a bunker up. Try not to let that bunker get up. If it does, oh well. But here, I can just delay, and then wait until I have a little bit more, right? I don't want to delay too much because he'll have a lot of Marines. But I want to delay enough time. There, my queen's up. Now I can make a move, and I want to be able to kill these Marines right here. This is so important, so I'm going to grab these drones and start moving these over towards these Marines. This is going to force them into kind of a strange situation right here. In the meantime, these drones are going to continue doing so much damage. Now I have Lings getting out. I have Lings and Queen down here that I can use to do some damage. And really, I can just continue to do a ton of damage right here. I have Lings pushing up as well right here, and now I can just continue to take this out. If he has a Marine attacking this hatchery right here, don't even worry about it, because right now, this is the threat. And then, of course, I have so many Lings out right now that I can, of course, just push down a little later to take that out. So once I kill off those, I can continue to move down. I've got my Queen. I've got my 8 Lings right here, roughly. 7, 8 Lings. And so now I can just chase him out because he does have 4 Marines, so I can go ahead and start killing off some of these Marines right here. More Marines will stream in. And I think he's actually going to have some decent micro right here and prevent me from killing everything because he has a couple more Marines streaming in. But I'm able to do a decent amount of damage right there. And if you look in the Harvester count, I am up 10-4, which is a huge lead right now. And you also have to remember that I can just continue droning. I am on these 3 hatches, of course. That's what puts me at such an economic lead. As you can see, he's still on just his 1 command center right there, as he is just continuing to try and do as much pressure as he can with this. But really the only thing I'd say to worry about, like when that SCV was running over here, is maybe he's going to try and bunker over here. I've seen that before. That was actually the, and don't lose that queen right there, that was a little silly. But I had that happen before where, you know, and right here, like, let stuff tank. You know what? I have a hatchery that has 1500 health. I can just let that chill. Pull back these lings right here, wait till I gather up a few more lings, and then of course I can push down and start attacking again. And here I'm scouting up to see how many workers he has, and I see that he has basically nothing. So here I can come out, attack these, pool drones with this. Notice I did not have enough lings at the time right there to deal with that. So how many lings I have? I think I had like 4 or 5 lings in that army. That wouldn't have been fine to deal with 5 Marines. But when you suddenly add, you know, 8 drones with that, all of a sudden it's extremely powerful, and the Marines are going to have a lot of difficulty dealing with it. So yeah, if he comes over here with an SCV, I've had this happen a lot of times. He sees the third base. He'll come up here with an SCV and he'll start to, you know, throw a bunker down back here. This is generally off a 1 racks FE. Let me just say, not off a 2 racks. By the way, there's the worker count. I'll leave that up for a little bit. Yeah, so if he does that, then you can go ahead and see like a bunker going down. Just pool 4 or 5 drones, send them over, and start focusing on that SCV. He'll have the Marine streaming in like 1 at a time, and you can just use your drones, like 3 drones attack the Marine, two drones go kill off the SCV, build in a bunker, and then focus down the bunker. And really, it's quite easy to hold, in my opinion. A lot of people, you know, don't really like the 3 hatch before pool. Some people are like, oh, 2 hatch with queens is actually more economical. They actually turn out pretty similar, and I'd say slightly in the favor of the 3 hatch before the queens first. But then again, it's not as safe, right? So you are going to have to be a little bit more defensive with it. But right there, I mean, that's me holding against a 2 racks all in with SCVs. So if there's anything less than that, such as a 1 racks expand where he sends a couple SCVs and Marines, it's really, really easy to hold, right? You can just pull some drones off. Queens will be pumping out with the lings, and then you can just go and obliterate them. The only thing I'd say to really look for is when he comes over to your 3rd and tries to bunker. So if he tries to drop a bunker around your 3rd while it's building, I would suggest sending the overlord that you had to your natural over here, as well as sending a drone over to just kind of scout around your 3rd base, because that's really the only thing that'll get you, is if that bunker goes up right there. Otherwise, it's a very simple hold. Focus on killing the Marines, so not all your drones right there. But like you saw, when I grabbed all those drones, I attacked at him, I grabbed these drones, I moved them over, and then I tried to surround his Marines, just thus getting them away from the SCVs so they couldn't tank as much, and then just doing a ton of damage. So at this point, it's just kind of playing the game out. As you can see, it's extremely in my favor right now. He's, you know, taking another base right here, and he's actually going to start going into mech. So I'll go ahead and speed up a little bit because it's, you know, the game's pretty far in my favor. So I get speed, I get my Roach Warren, I get my Evo Chambers down, so I'm going to go ahead and start my upgrades right here. And of course I have my queens out, just in case he decides to do some sort of, you know, Hellion pressure or something like that. Then I can have stuff, and then Spore Crawlers go down in the event that he goes for like late Banshees, whatever it is. Because the whole game, of course, was, you know, put into a later phase because he went for that really early all-in. So here I'm just kind of scouting. Is he going to send Hellions out? Is he going to be sending, you know, what exactly is going to be sent out? Is he going to be trying to take a 3rd? I see he's not going to take a 3rd, anything like that. So I'm just going to kind of mass up units pretty early right here. And starting Burrow as well. Did I scout in yet? I don't think I did. So I think he thinks I'm a little bit more behind or something like that. He thinks he's in a good position. But regardless, he's not going to be able to do too much with this. He has a 5 Thor, few Hellion push, but with the Roachling army and queens, it'll easily be crushed right there. And that, you know, once he goes all in like that in the early stages, that pretty much just put him in a point where he was just going to drop behind pretty darn far, because now I can just really quickly mass up on Roaches and some Banelings and just head over to his base. Since I know he really doesn't have too much, he doesn't even have that 3rd base yet, since he went for this kind of rush off of that. And that's pretty much just going to put the game away right there for me. So that's pretty much going to be it as I just move over. I brought my queens too. So it's just kind of like an everything push. But yeah, so that's defending against a 2-racks with a 3-hatch before pool opening. And maybe you guys can try it out, test it out, kind of see some other things that Terrans are doing, or just figure out the best ways to kind of defend against everything. But right there, at least in my experience, everything that I've done, every game that I've played with a 3-hatch opener, like I said, I have yet to lose against any early Terran aggression. So just make sure that you're not getting supply block too bad, you're defending stuff pretty well, and you should be okay. So that's going to be it. My name is Mr. Llama. I hope you guys learned something, and I will see you guys in my next video.